the 8163T helping here. Go over this way, I want to overshoot it and then go backwards into there. It is pawing a little bit, I don't know if you guys can see it. Really could really make it work. See if the brakes work on this. Yeah, brakes work, but it's still going with it. Stand here and wait for another thunder boom, but pretty much, there we go. Now you guys can see the dark over there. And it's thundering, and I don't know if you can see it through the trees there, but I think I am gonna go in. I got the left-handed blades on the left-handed deck, so I was gonna go mow, and I started hearing thunder, so yeah. Not mowing right at this moment. And I did push the 430 in here. Oh, I might as well get a grill out of that tank garage while it's not raining. But I'll monkey with this while it's raining, I guess. Just see how it runs, how it works, what don't work. And put her up for sale. Switch the grill out maybe. Later, guys. Alrighty there, guys, so I don't know what year this 430 is right off the top of my head, but I would guess it's 68 or 69. I haven't totally deciphered the serial number yet. You can kind of read it and make it out. So anyhow, off camera here, I have cleaned the points. The choke shaft is pretty stiff on this, so you got to work it manually. I put a little bit of gas in the tank, and I gave a dose of gas down the carb throat into the carb bowl. So, and there was a nest, or at least a bunch of grass and stuff built up in this motor, so it's going to fling crap all over the place when it starts. So, here we go. Let's see what happens. Hopefully it won't run away here. So I know it'll run. Give her another dose of gas. I never checked to see if the fuel was on or not. Let's see if it'll sit here and run. I think you guys can see the evidence of that mouse nest. Let me check this fuel tank here. Fuel appears to be on. I have no idea if this pump's any good. This carb could be plugged solid too. There's a fuel filter in here. Keep trying to get some fuel down in the float bowl, just see what happens. It's 9 o'clock here, so. had some down in the float bowl, or what was going on there? See if it'll do it again. I'd say it's not running off the gas from the tank. I think I'm getting enough gas in the bowl that it's running on it. So, I'm able to run. So, until I get back to this adventure, who knows? Got so much crap, other stuff going on that could be 3 or 4 days before I get back to this. That's why I wanted to monkey with it. So, I know it runs halfway decent, or will run halfway decent. I just have to get the fuel down, fuel from the tank to the carburetor. Yeah, I'll have to work on that. Later, guys. Alrighty, guys, so it's the next night here. I found out the fuel line is either plugged or the shutoff is, or something. I don't know exactly. I'll have to take the gas tank out and then hook the line, blah, blah, blah. But for right now, I want to see if I can get it to run off the racing fuel cell hooked up to the fuel filter. Just see what happens. I put a little bit of gas in the carburetor again just to see what it'll do. It's running on its own now. Yeah, fuel filter's got fuel on it. I thought it was running on its own there. Let's put a little dose back in there, see if she'll crank back up once. Just going to play idle on it then, that's all. Sounds halfway decent. Anybody else want to go yard drive this thing? Let's. So it ain't much to look at, but it seems to run pretty decent. I can't remember if I mentioned or not, but this is set up for that rear lift hitch that I have too. So either that lift hitch will go on to another machine, or I'll keep it on this one, or I don't know what I'm gonna do there. Would be nice to set one of my other 400s up with that. So, but anyhow, I know RW3 Dog, the Hood Police, is gonna be all over me for this, but we'll go for a little ride. You got the race and fuel cell under the seat. I don't know if this throttle cable works or not. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say no. Typical 400, so we got the throttle we got, which is not a lot. I should turn the idle up some more. Yeah, I think I'm gonna turn the idle up some more. Okay, hold on. Okay, I turned it up a little bit more and adjusted the carb a bit. And apparently that was a bad idea. I swear it sounds like it's flooding. Don't it? It'd be nice if the throttle worked. Alright, let me mess with the throttle. Okay, let's see what we get now. That's a little more better. I just won't go too far because this thing is... The steering's nice and tight. Just dropped my flashlight, that's good. Steering brake works. That steering brake works. Lift seems to work. I just dropped my flashlight completely. PTO is stuck. About to lose my battery. Note to self, don't grab the battery by the loose connections you have. Let's see if low range works. Yep. And I know this one over here was pretty stiff to get in. I took a hammer and bopped it in. That's how steering brakes are supposed to work. Wish I had some way to get this throttle up a little bit. The problem with this thing, it just won't idle well and you can't throttle it up. So I'm going to have to dink with this throttle some again. That's all you have to do and it'll be good for a little bit. So far the PTO is stuck, which is probably just a linkage binding issue. That works. Oh, okay. I can't get it in the first, but stiff both directions. The bearings are probably seized up on the side of the trans for these, so I know it'll work. Just a little bit of TLC and it'll work. It'll work pretty good, I think. I'm trying to back it in here. So it's a good motor, and other than the fuel lines, it would run off the gas tank. I'm going to have to order a whole spool of 1/4-inch fuel line. I've been needing to do that for how long? Never have done it. So I guess I'll get on that. And I might as well order some more snap-in nuts. I still have one set left. So basically anything, as long as they're working, I'm not messing with them. Yeah. So I might order some more of those from McMaster Car. Give me something to do tonight, I guess, while it's dark. You know how it is. So, anyhow. I don't know if I want to play with this anymore tonight, or if I want to try and get some more of the Mel's running. Who knows. But at least I know it runs. It's a solid, good tractor. It's going to need some work. I'm going to take the wire brush to it some more. A lot of the red was peeling off of this real easy. This is another one of these tractors. The more and more it's going to age, the more and more red's going to come off of it. Just because it wasn't prepped right, we'll say. Because when you paint, you should sand everything down with like at least a like a 300 or 400 grit. Anything above 220, you can hide with your average spray paint job, from what I understand. So anyhow, probably got a good 16 or 20 minutes going of footage for this, perhaps, maybe not. So I'm going to try and keep this short, just show that I got it running. It's mostly working, it's just got some, what I'm going to call sitting pains. And the fuel lines are probably the same thing. I can kind of get air to go through them, but there's still steel lines up through there, so it could be plugged. Could be the screen in the tank is plugged, but just replace it and run a whole new line back there and be done with it. And it'll be a decent tractor. And I'm going to switch the grill out since it does have an 8000 grill on it. And I have there's a red grill there. That is right. It would be nice to have another yellow grill. I'll dig through my pile and see if there's one that's got some yellow poking out from underneath of it or something. So, anyhow, later guys. So down here changing the grill, and since it was easily accessible, I took the fuel line off, and there's a big ball of rust sticking out of it. So there's actually no fuel dripping out of it. Now it's been sitting here a little bit. Fuel is very slowly dripping. You can see the amount. So I'm gonna blow through the fuel line, make sure it's clear, and then I'll take this here piece of wire and rotor root through there and see if we can't get some decent flow. And then I'll stick the fuel line back on it, and then have to go run back to the back and hook it back up so it's not running all over the place. So anyhow, get this done before all this gas runs all over the place. I don't know if you guys can see the amount of rust that's dripping out of there. Oh yeah. There's your problem.